26 of the Undercover Policing Inquiry, Tranche 2, Phase 2. We've been listening to the live evidence of Walter this afternoon. Somewhat similar to Callum this morning. We can't actually see Walter. Obviously, Walter's not his real name. He's also got a voice modulator thing on the go, so it's very annoying to listen to be honest. It's just sort of makes it difficult, really, to understand. Walter was an active hunt sab for many years. He was spied on by HN2, which is Andy Coles, who he knew as Andy Davey. I'm joined by Eveline Lubbers of the Undercover Research Group. What did you make of it?
Well, like you said, it was quite similar to this morning. It's just difficult to listen to because of the voice modulation. Jessica actually said, think Star Wars, think Darth Vader.
Yeah.
And I want to, when you get used to it, you do, it's easier. Well, he also explained how hunt sabbing was organized, that it wasn't intended to be violent, but that people defended themselves, and that there was loads of violence from the hunters and their men. He also explained that the particular police there was quite violent. If they knew of it in advance, they would come out with their trenches out and try to sort of make as much trouble, as much hurt as many people as possible. So it sketches a very similar a picture of what went along, and he was like also spied upon by, I think, even more than two.
Certainly Bob Lambert. We saw a lot of Bob Lambert's reports. We've been shown a lot of reports that we were shown last week. And just from a different perspective, I guess.
Which is interesting.
We were shown this one report of the 16 Hunt Sab members who met up, and it's claimed that they're all ALF activists. Walter's very clear he was never an ALF activist. He was a very active Hunt Sab, but that was it.
Well, that's still not like entirely clear for the police, and even maybe the inquiry knows by now that you have like animal rights activists, which that is as broad a spectrum as flying in front of boots to liberating animals. There's the hunt sabs. Some of hunt sabs also did other things. Some of the hunt sabs didn't do other, either less radical things or more radical things. It's not so that every hunt sab is an ALF activist, that every hunt sab goes on or it's just a stepping stone to liberating animals or raiding laboratory. It's still into questioning all the time, but it has been explained so very often now that you'd hope the inquiry knows the difference and knows that it's just a wide spectrum, and it's not always from one to the other and everybody becomes a terrorist.
We also heard about Jessica Moore, who was a woman who was deceived into a long-term relationship by Andy Coles. Shitface she calls him. There's a very good episode called Shitface of the Spycops Info podcast with her talking about him. We got to see a report from the 1990 Horse and Hounds ball. Where she was arrested, and then there's a report about the meeting of where she's getting sort of legal advice or some sort of discussion, which Coles is present at and reports on. We're going to be hearing from Jessica on Thursday, all being well. Hopefully, kind of get more from that. There's been no particular questions for Walter about her yet, as such,
we've been shown the report where Shitface claims he hasn't seen anything because he fell, and he accused. Well, on the one hand, she was arrested for throwing a flower bomb. which I always hear as flowers.
Yeah.
But
I was betting a flower bomb is just a bag of flour.
Yeah,
There's no actual bomb involved.
No,
it's just
it's
flour in a bag.
yeah.
You know.
And
Tesco's
she
sell
was
flower bombs.
arrested for it, but acquitted from it. It's very likely that he stitched her up, she'd face. But he in his statement he claims that he was somewhere else, standing with his back to it, and he was hurt because he fell. And he also claimed, like long-term back injuries, disability, whatever, from the police on that. But again, you think like, okay, so there is an undercover there, someone got arrested, who told the police to arrest her, or who's, and maybe she was acquitted because he told her, because then if he would have had to appear in court, he would have, or he couldn't appear in court, saying, and also then he goes like, there was a meeting afterwards on how to decide on the defense, and then he claims they were just there to all merge their stories, or how you say
you corroborate the conspiracy.
Conspiracy, yeah. So and there was nothing of the kind. We know, but every single thing that happens is going to be built into something big, like preparing for a court hearing, apart from the fact that he shouldn't be there because, you have the right to he has no right to interfere with or to be present at legal strategy meetings. It's always being sort of pumped up into something much larger and much like seemingly very suspicious, like you say, conspiracy to, which isn't what happened. But it's very refreshing, even though it's hard to listen to because of the voice modulation, to listen to someone else than Bob Lambert for a day.
It really is.
Yeah.
And especially because we're all very aware he's going back tomorrow and Wednesday, so we're like, oh God, we're going back to Bob's world very soon. So it's quite nice in the meantime to have someone who's not Bob.
Sure.
Yeah. It's only a short break. We're back in again soon. Anything else you want to add?
Nope.
No. I'll do a recap. Rob Evans from The Guardian is here today, he's been obviously following the story very closely for a long time, and he's going to join me, or he says he's going to join me at the end of the day in the recap video, so hopefully that should be good. All right, see you later. Cheers.